Hello everybody, I'm Baptiste Durand, OEM Solution Architect at Qlik. A Qlik Sense to Qlik Cloud migration can be performed with different strategies regarding your goals, your current cloud architecture, and the expected business outcomes. You have seen how to move data to Qlik Cloud in the previous Espresso webinar. Today, we'll talk why and how you can also stage your Qlik Cloud transition with a Qlik multi-cloud architecture. Here's the agenda of this session. First, why? Why Qlik Multi-Cloud is an option for your transition and what are the expected gains and values for you and for your own customers. Then what? We are talking about Qlik Multi-Cloud, but what is it exactly and what does it mean in our OEM use case? Last, how? How to do? What Qlik Multi-Cloud looks like and how to set up it. Manually for sure, but also why not through API? Let's begin. Many Qlik customers have already chosen to use multi-cloud as a first step into their Qlik Cloud transition. Goal is to be able to move fast to Qlik Cloud with a smooth transition. Before moving to a full cloud solution, a phased project plan with multi-cloud step can minimize business disruption and enables cost control. With Qlik Multi-Cloud, you can deploy easily many dashboards to Qlik Cloud without data sources, locations, or access dependencies. You also focus your efforts on the dashboards, the front end. It means that you are working on the customer-facing product which supports the business value. No actions or rework on the ETL part is needed. Last and not least, the Qlik Cloud capabilities will be directly available on your existing dashboards. You can extend your product without development by leveraging native Qlik Cloud features as Qlik application automation, Qlik reporting, alerting, and so on. What is Qlik Multi-Cloud for an OEM use case? With Qlik Multi-Cloud, you connect your current Qlik Sense Cloud Managed environment to a Qlik Cloud tenant. Your Qlik applications, I mean your dashboards, can be distributed to the tenant, and they will also be automatically distributed after each reload. So the end users, your customers, connect to Qlik Cloud to use the dashboards. You get business value with additional Qlik Cloud features, and also the scalability and elasticity of the cloud. By using the same IDP in both environments, I mean Cloud Managed and SaaS, the users will consume the same license and get the same user ID. Of course, dashboards will run on Qlik Cloud. So your Cloud Managed server footprints can be reduced or reallocated. As you have seen in the two first Espresso meetings, we are working with a multi-tenant approach for OEM. That means that each customer have one Qlik tenant. To support this use case, you can set up several targets to a Qlik Sense Cloud Managed environment to distribute the applications to multiple tenants, one distribution for each end customers. So how to set up it? It's very easy and straightforward to set up a Qlik multi-cloud app distribution. On your Cloud Managed environment, you will define one or many generic rules for distribution. It's quite similar to a load balancing rule. Here, I'm defining a rule to distribute the right app to the right tenant based on an application custom properties. Of course, you need to check that your content or applications is aligned with the distribution rule. The app must be published in a stream also. In fact, it's quite common in a cloud managed environment for OEM to tag your app or stream with the custom properties for each customer. So this setup fits easily with a classic OEM configuration. You will also define a distribution called deployment. It's a link to a tenant. And at this step, you get a token. On Qlik Cloud tenant side, you set up a specific multi-cloud IDP where you put the token you got at the previous step. Last, after the first distribution, you assign to the distributed applications a managed space on Qlik Cloud. All of these steps are just done once. Okay, now let's go for a demo. For this demo, we assume that we have 3 existing customers on our platform. Each customer already have a tenant. It's provisioned, as you have seen in the previous Espresso webinar. Multi-cloud is already set up for customer A. So today we will take a look to customer A setup, see how to set up multi-cloud for customer B manually, and a proof of concept to automate the setup for customer C. Here, I'm connected to my client managed environment. As you see, I have 3 streams for 3 customers, A, B, and C. Each customer has 1 Qlik dashboard. Here, I have a Qlik Cloud tenant for customer A. The tenant and the multi-cloud have been already set up, and I have 1 dashboard already distributed. I can open this dashboard, I can use it, and what is very interesting for this dashboard, which has been distributed from client managed environment, is I can use some specific SaaS features as alerting, notes, or others directly in this dashboard. We see that this dashboard has been reloaded approximately 30 minutes ago. So I will go back to my client managed environment and I will reload this dashboard for customer A. At the end of the reload, the Qlik distribution service is triggered and it distributes the application. As you see now in Qlik Cloud, the dashboard has been updated a few seconds ago. So once the multi-cloud is set up, the app is automatically pushed into the Qlik tenant after each reload. If you have modified the content in the source applications, the data, the sheet, or why not the master items, it will be available in the SaaS at the next distribution. So how to do that? I go back in my client managed environment and I would reach the QMC. Here in the application menu, I see that I have 3 applications for customer A, B, and C with a custom properties named add customer. Each dashboard has the name of the customer. At the same time, in the configure system menu, I can open the cloud distribution section. Here I have 3 sub-menus: app distribution status, distribution policies, and deployment setup. The first one, app distribution status, presents us the list of the latest status for each application which has been distributed. The distribution policies is the rules to distribute the application to the right tenant. So here is the rule that I have created, just one, and it will be used for all my multi-cloud distribution for all the customer tenants. The rule is simple. the app is distributed to a multi-cloud deployment which has the same name as the application custom properties. So the subject name is the deployment name equal to the app custom properties at customer. But what is a deployment? For that, I will return in my first menu and I will open deployment setup. In the deployment setup menu, I see all my deployments, meaning all of my links to target a tenant. For the moment, I have just one target tenant, which is the one for customer A. If I open it, I have the name of the deployment, so customer A, the same value than the custom properties, the API endpoint, which is the address of the tenant. And with that, I can get a token. So now I want to create a deployment to my customer B tenant. I will open my customer B tenant to get the address of the tenant. Note that the tenant is totally empty for the moment. I have nothing in the catalog, only one, which is a managed space customer-facing dashboard. We will use it to store and to publish the dashboard. So I copy the URL and I go back to my QMC. I create a new deployment by clicking Setup New. I give a name according to the custom property value, so customer B, API endpoint, the address of the tenant for customer B, and apply. Deployment successfully created. Now I have access to the local bearer token, and I can copy it to the clipboard. Now it's finished for the parts in the QMC, in the Cloud Managed environment. So in 3 clicks, the deployment is created. I move to the customer B tenant, and I open the administration console, the management console. I go to identity provider. The goal is to create a new IDP, a specific IDP for the multi-cloud. So I create one, type multi-cloud. It's a dedicated IDP to the multi-cloud setup. It means that it's only to manage machine-to-machine authorization to distribute the dashboards. So multi-cloud, and I copy-paste my local bearer token. Great. It's done. Now, if I reload my dashboards for customer B, it will be distributed. So I go back to my Cloud Managed environment, App menu, Dashboard Customer B, more actions, reload now. Okay, if I move fast, I can go to the cloud distribution, app distribution status, and I can see these dashboards for customer B with the status queued. If I refresh, okay, I see. The status is now in success. The dashboard's customer B has been distributed. I go back in my customer B tenant, and I will open the app menu. I will refresh this page. Okay, here I have a new stage, a new menu, the stage status for my applications. In fact, is a buffer, it's a stage area to distribute the dashboards for the first distribution. Thanks to that, I can, for each dashboard, set a space to distribute this dashboard. So I will choose my customer-facing dashboards. Apply. Now my dashboard is updated, is published. So I move to my analytics space and I can see my dashboard for customer B. It's very fast to set up. And now, each time the dashboard customer B will be reloaded, it will be distributed and available in the right space. So in a few minutes, we have an existing applications that can be used by the customer on the cloud. All the data management and all the application lifecycle stay on the Qlik Sense Cloud Managed side. So you can keep all your internal existing process on the application management. But each time that the data is refreshed, the application is updated and available for the end users. So it's very fast to set up. But one question now, it's how I can automate that. So I will show you some API calls to automate the different steps of this creation. Let me open Postman now. In order to automate this setup, we can use Qlik Sense and Qlik Cloud API. Before starting with Postman, what are the steps for API calls? First, you have to create a description deployment to a tenant on Qlik Sense Cloud Manage. Thanks to that, you will get the deployment token. On the Qlik Cloud side, you will use your OAuth credential to get the target access token. Once authenticated on the platform through API and with this token, you can create the multi-cloud IDP. Then you force the distribution of an application by an update of this metadata of these applications on Qlik Sense Cloud Manage. These applications is distributed to Qlik Cloud, but in the stage area. So through API, you can also execute the initial move of these applications to a managed space. Note that on Qlik Sense Cloud Manage API to create and manage distribution deployments are not public yet, so are not fully supported right now. It's the step 1 and 2 in this example. So let's demo now with Postman. So now we will set up the Qlik multi-cloud for customer C through API. The output will be exactly the same than for the customer B. Okay, I'm opening the tenant for customer C. So here I have an empty tenant with no applications, just one managed space. And if I go to the management console, in identity provider menu, I have just one external provider for IDP, but I have nothing as a multi-cloud IDP. In the same time, in my deployment setup, in my Qlik Sense Cloud Manage site, I have just two deployments for customer A and customer B. Let's open Postman. Here, I have a Postman collection with different API calls targeting Qlik Sense Cloud Manage or Qlik Cloud to automate all the process. First step is to create a distribution tenant into my deployment setup. So I send the name of the deployment, so customer C, and the service URL for the tenant, for the Qlik Cloud tenant. Perfect. If I refresh this page now, I would have three deployments for customer A, B, and now customer C. Second step is to get the deployment the deployment token, the bearer token for this deployment. I send and I get the token. In parallel, I have to be able to be authenticate in my Qlik Cloud tenant. So I will request my access token, as you have seen in previous webinar. It's thanks to my OAuth credential, I can get my access token for this tenant. I ask the tenant ID because it's a mandatory parameter for the next call. and then I create my multi-cloud IDP in my Qlik Cloud tenant for customer C. I have sent the deployment bearer token and the target tenant ID. Here, if I refresh this page now, I have my multi-cloud IDP for Qlik. Next step is to force distribution for a specific application. So, in fact, I could reload the application, but I can also just update the metadata of the application. It will also trigger the distribution. So I ask for the current metadata, and I'm updating them. Perfect. I go back to my deployment setup to see my app distribution status. I refresh this page. And now, if I go to my Qlik Cloud tenant in applications, yes, one more call. Let's distribute it again. Yes, perfect. I have now my stage area. Here, my application has been distributed. It's my dashboard customer C. So what I need now is to be able to move this application into a managed space. So I get the app ID, then my managed space ID, and I move the application. If I refresh this page now, I have no stage area, but in Publish app, I have my dashboard customer C. I can go to the hub, and I see my dashboard customer C just available for my end users. Okay, so we have created and set up a Qlik multi-cloud deployment fully through API. This step can be included in the automations you have seen in the previous Espresso webinar about the Qlik Cloud tenant provisioning. It allows you to have an end-to-end integrated solution to stage your Qlik Cloud transition with Qlik multi-cloud architecture. In this webinar, we have seen what is a Qlik multi-cloud architecture and how fast is the Qlik multi-cloud setup and how we can integrate or automate it. The gain and the business value to stage your Qlik Cloud transition with Qlik multi-cloud architecture. So to conclude, Qlik multi-cloud enables you to move fast your customer to Qlik Cloud and leverage powerful Qlik Cloud capabilities. RIM nodes, I mean Qlik front-end server, can be decommissioned, and it allows you a fast return on investment. After this first step, you can continue your Qlik Cloud journey in data integration and data movement to access to your data directly from Qlik Cloud, reload your data in Qlik Cloud, perform change data capture, and deploy powerful auto ML algorithm, and discover all the potential of Qlik Cloud. Thank you very much